All right, what is up, everybody? Coming back at you with another video on the channel today. And today we have a kind of new knife. This is another Divo Knives knife. I do have a couple Divo knives. I've got the MASH V1 here. Carry this knife pretty often. It's been a pretty heavy user for me. You can tell the blade's pretty scratched up there. Love that knife. I also have a stout here. I've actually carried this one a lot too. These knives have been really solid users. This is one of his latest releasings in his what I would call high-end line. You know, he did like the growler and the pony stout and the budget line, I would call it, of Divo knives. This one, I believe, is the most expensive knife he's done to date. These retail for about $330, and I think it's a pretty fair price, being a Best Tech OEM. Looking at other offerings from Best Tech, and with what you get with the knife. So with that being said, let's get into that. I did buy this from Blade HQ. Not my proudest moment, I know. I will say I bought it on Tuesday. They shipped it on Thursday, so really not bad. I think everyone's so used to the same day shipping. So it came with this coaster, and this is the version I got, the Tux Black Wash Titanium Belt Satin 20 CV satin hardware. So that's cool. Here is the whole box. Get this out of the way. I got knives everywhere. That's a problem. Here is your standard kind of Divo pouch. Get the silica gel. Oh, sweet little patch. Divo knives. That'll be going on something. Get a sticker with the buzz you ordered. And a very large, very nice Divo knives microfiber. Inside the package here, you get the pocket for the knife, which is very nice. And you get pretty much everything that comes off the knife besides the scales and blade replacement set. I mean, this has your clip, steel washers, bearings, pivot, lock bar insert, all the hardware. I'm sure there's even more there. Pretty much anything you can pull off this knife, there's a replacement for right here, which that's super handy. And I've actually you can use that stuff on other knives a lot of times too. There's a lot of different knives use these same size stuff. Keep that in frame. So moving along, here is the Divo Knives Buzz. Let's take a good look at it here. Like I said, this is the Tux version. A lot of people, you know, they think of reverse Tux. You see that. I like a nice Tux knife. You know, DLC or black washed handles with a nice satin blade. It's a good looking knife in my opinion. So let's go over it here. Beautiful belt satin 20 CV blade with that what he calls the buzz cliff, that blade shape there. Kind of a modified Warney / sheepfoot. Titanium scales on both sides here. I do have a RGT Rips Garage Tech milled tie pocket clip on there, as you can see. It comes with a standard wire clip, which some people like, some people like. I think they're great for carry. But this did fit this clip, no problems. And it will also fit the Lynch clips, so that's cool. Again, 20 CV blade still, probably my favorite blade still. Super strong, doesn't really rust. Overall, hard to beat. So again, this is a Best Tech knife, and I gotta say, guys, I really do like it. I brought some other Best Tech knives out for kind of a comparison, and then I brought another knife out for a direct comparison. So from Best Tech, obviously we have the Vero Engineering Axon frame lock version. And then I've got a left-handed liner lock version. So you can see the buzz is very similar but slightly smaller than a full-size Axon, coming in right at 7.6 inches there. Get these out of the way. Pull up the Winter Blade Co. Factor, another Best Tech made knife. Good amount bigger than the Factor. Here's another more direct comparison. This is the Arcane Design Praetheon. Pretty close there as well. Buzz is definitely a little bigger. Now let's compare it to the Mash. And also the Stout, the original. So I think they're all pretty close, guys. I mean, they're almost identical. He's obviously got a size range he likes, and I respect that. So with the Stout, you know, I do have big ham hands, but with the Stout, with that 50-50 choil, I could choke up on it, and no issues carrying it. The Mash, with the very neutral handle shape, I could get a full 4-finger grip on, no issues there. And the Buzz, let's talk about some ergos there. So I can choke back on it and pretty much get a 4-finger grip. The pinky's hanging just a tiny bit, but I mean, it's on there. Maybe a 3.5 finger, but I wear like an XL to 2XL glove, large hands, so for most people that's not going to be the case. But when I choke up here, and this is a very generous choil, I mean, I can get my big fat finger all the way up in there and not feel like I'm going to hit the blade. It may look like it, doesn't feel like it. But yeah, on a second knuckle choke up, I've got some blade left there. Show it right-handed. Some blade, some handle left, and it is very comfortable. The ergos are very good on this knife, just like every knife of his that I've had. Fantastic ergonomics. Now, the action. You have this kind of a wheel flipper on the top, which similar to the Liangma Field Duty 3.5, except this one actually works. Now the Field Duty, once I've really got used to it, you can kind of use it, but I've got the D10 a little stronger, and it's hard to use. Now this one, no problems. Doing the old Zippo flick on it. I can actually do a reach around on this one, which I normally cannot do. No problem, which is kind of cool. It's a newer opening method for me. And then you can do, you know, your standard flick there. You can come to the front, all the way up to the front there, and ow, flick it, but really not what it's made for. You can do it, it just kind of hurts. The standard Zippo flick is what I'm really liking here. So I can do the reach around left-handed, even better left-handed. I am left-handed, guys, if you didn't know. So you've got a titanium liner lock here. Take a look at that, and you can see the screws. It does have a steel lock bar insert. You can also see in there the weight reduction they've done on that titanium liner lock, and on the other side of the knife, it is a solid titanium scale. So you've only got the liner on the lock side. That's a cool design. Kind of different. A lot of times companies will use, you know, liners on both sides, but I like what they've done here. Being a liner lock, obviously Lefty EDC is a lefty, and he's looking out for other lefties here. I am kind of surprised he hasn't done a full lefty knife, but I'd say that's kind of a niche thing. How many people would really buy one? This runs on ceramic bearings. I do believe we have a ceramic detent ball action, and I've only had this about an hour, guys. I've played with it some. I put a little KPL in the bearings, so it does drop to the thumb. Very light shakes to get it down. I do think this knife will be drop shut here in a few days. Now, the detent. Let's talk about this for a minute. So Kevin is, you know, he's been known as the detent diva. Some people have said diva knives, which, you know, it's all in fun. You know, Kevin likes to joke around. I don't personally know Kevin. We went back and forth in comments some, you know, just talking. He's a much bigger creator, obviously. On a 1 through 10, I'd probably give it a 6. On 10 is it's almost impossible to deploy, and 1 is basically no D10. I'd give it a solid 6. Now, for selling a knife to the general public of knife, you know, the normal knife guys, I'd say it's perfect. It's definitely not gonna fail. I mean, you can fail it. Well, maybe. If you try, you can fail it. You know, I can. But it is pretty snappy. Thumb flick's good. Get some left-handed flicks in here. And it feels really good, guys. The D10 is more than adequate on the medium to light side versus like the medium to strong side. But if you never messed with it, you never have any issues, it's more than adequate for most people. And it really lets you use the front flipper per se. So I'm really happy with that. Lock bar access here is fantastic. You can see he's done the scallop here and also some chamfering in there. So shooting across to get that is no issue at all. Feels really good. Titanium back spacer. Now this wire clip it came with, is this? No, it's magnetic. Okay. I thought it was titanium at first, but no, it is magnetic. Yep. Okay. Now, you know, wire clip, you want it to be a little stronger. The chamfering inside the blade hole is really well done. Does not hurt at all. One thing I'll say about the stout, the chamfering they did in here is absolutely amazing. You could flick it all day with 0 issues. So the overall build quality, Bestech killed it on this one just like they normally do. Did everything really well here. I am also looking at the Bestech SYN. It was actually a OEM they did for, is it Overland EDC? Obsessed EDC? I can't remember, guys, I'm sorry. But it was a creator. He did an OEM with Bestech, the SYN. And now I guess he did a licensing deal where Bestech makes that knife under their name, giving him, you know, creds as the designer for $298. It's a bigger knife, which I really like. I'm definitely going to pick one up next week, probably. So let's do a direct comparison with, I think, a somewhat similar yet different knife. This is the Renegade EDC GOM, and this is designed by Chris from Renegade EDC or Renegade's Provisions Co., whichever one he uses. And in my opinion, this is a very similar knife. Just in the, you know, obviously the shape, kind of what they're going for. And I love both of them equally, don't get me wrong. So size, this is 7.75, 7.62, so very similar there. This is a Riot OEM, and this is a Bestech OEM. This is about 365, this is 330. So very similar there. Obviously, this one is a bolster lock, and this might compare more to the Bestech SYN because it is as well a bolster lock. But this one's the same, as it has a front flipper. It's got, you know, kind of your standard front flipper design there. Deployment hole, and like I said, from Riot, amazingly well done. Versus the Buzz here. Got that, and the reverse flick. So yeah, if you're interested in the Buzz, but maybe it just doesn't do it for you, I'd recommend the GOM. And if you're interested in the GOM, you want something a little bit less expensive, I'd recommend the Buzz. Like I said, this is Riot, this is Bestech. And I'll probably do a full comparison on these two knives as like a head-to-head, because they are quite similar. Even in hand, they feel pretty similar. Blade shape, obviously, very similar. So yeah, and I'm not saying one guy was copying the other. I'm saying they both had a really good design idea, and they were both done really well. This is one of my favorite knives at the moment. Absolutely love this thing. That is the GOM. So yeah, guys, the Divo Knives Buzz overall, I think Best Take absolutely killed it. Oh, it is all titanium hardware, by the way. Best Take absolutely killed it. Now, I've got to talk for a second about a video I watched that Dirk Werning did, and many people probably won't make it this far. I just got to speak on this. He did a video on the Buzz, and he compared it with the Mash. In the whole video, he stated that Kubi did this, and he said the Buzz was a Kubi-made knife. And he was just saying how for, you know, $200 more, why would you buy this? And just kind of hating on the Buzz, but the whole time, he was thinking it was made by the same company. Now, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out why this knife costs more. 20 CV, titanium hardware, titanium liner lock bar insert. There's a lot of reasons this knife costs a lot more, and that's not very hard to figure out. And many people explain that in the comments. Now, he did say in the comments, I was wrong. This is Best Take, not Kubi, but I stand by my statements. In my opinion, that's pretty shitty. I mean, honestly, it's like a 10-15 minute video. You were saying the wrong thing the whole video. Redo it, dude. You know, are we that busy? Are we too good to redo videos? You know, I just lost a lot of respect for him, and I probably won't watch any more of his videos. There were some people in the comments that had my same sentiment on that. So yeah, just had to throw that in there. Anyways, we're gonna wrap this up. It's went quite long. The Divo Knives Buzz guys and gals, the one girl that may watch this, I appreciate you watching this video. Check out my channel for plenty of other knife videos for any knife you see. And check out some of the other stuff that you don't see right now. Probably going to pick that Best Tech SYN up next week. So look for that video coming in a week or two. I appreciate you guys watching. Go buy the Divo Knives Buzz. White Mountain Knives. Knife Center. Blade HQ. I'd recommend White Mountain Knives. Knife Center's good too. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching, and have yourself a great day.